I'm Damon Singleton. We're closing out weekend one of Jazzfest 2026 later this evening. Coming up, though, Ian McNulty finds the best oysters, Keith Sparrow previews today's lineup, and Doug MacCash interviews Michalopoulos, the artist with the most posters in Fest history. First, thanks to our sponsors. Keep the good times rolling. Plan your next Louisiana adventure at ExploreLouisiana.com. And New Orleans & Company, the team inviting the world to experience our culture. Start planning at NewOrleans.com. Now let's get to it.
For you.
It's me.
Here we go.
Woo, look at that. That is a thing of beauty, Justin.
Thank you.
Oh my. Whoa. Leidenheimer bread. Big fat Grand Isle oysters. Waha. Lady Nellie Oyster Farm debuted at Jazzfest last year with these beauties, raw oysters grown off of Grand Isle in the off-bottom style, so not the reef-harvested big Louisiana mud rock that we know and love, but a newer style of cultivation from the same waters. I'm crazy about them, and I was so happy to see them at Jazzfest that last year I ate them every day. I had oysters every single day of Jazzfest, and I'm cutting back into them today. Perfect. Elegant, briny, creamy, all at once. Delicate and clean, yet you know you're eating a Louisiana oyster. This is a little Louisiana Satsuma vinaigrette you can put on there, or these fun little droppers of hot sauce. It's like a little special effect. It's fun because it goes number 2 down the hatch.
50,000 people here a day.
Now, new this year, the same oysters from the same waters off of Grand Isle, grown a little bit bigger. The oyster farmer, Justin Trosclair, used to be a cheesemonger at St. James Cheese Company here in New Orleans. So the man's crazy about cheese. So when he does a charbroiled oyster, the cheese on there is going to be good. There's also a garlic chili sauce on here and some herbs with a really quick roast in a gas-fired oven in the back. And you get your charbroiled oysters. Ah, perfectly cooked. Still plump. All the juices are still in there, just with that roasted edge to it. And that cheese. I'm getting some Parmesan and Pecorino, real deal cheese. This isn't shaker bag cheese. Look at that little juice left in there. That's not going to waste, baby. Serving it with some Leidenheimer bread so you can further sop up every little last bit of goodness. This is a new dish at Jazzfest. And baby, it's a hit. That with a little lemon. Speaking of hit. Back at it. If anyone's looking for me, you know where to find me. But we're not quite done. These oysters' shells have another job to do back on the coast. And at Jazzfest, they are recycling the shells in a partnership with the Coalition to Restore Coastal Louisiana. So they have specially marked bins, and it's easy as this. Shells go in. That's it. Not the plate. Plate goes in the trash. And then these bad boys will go back to the coast and make more oysters.
Hi, I'm Billy Nungesser, Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Louisiana, and we're about to kick off a great day at the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival. This festival puts Louisiana food, music, and culture center stage. There's nothing like it anywhere. I hope you have a great time and get inspired to come back and experience all Louisiana has to offer. Visit ExploreLouisiana.com and plan a trip of a lifetime where you can feed your soul.
Well, your Jazzfest forecast for your Sunday, it's a mixed bag for the most part. Some partly to mostly cloudy skies is what I'm expecting. I've got a 30 to 40% chance of rainfall in the forecast as well. Take a look at what one of the models is saying is going to happen around mid-afternoon, around 2 or 3 o'clock. Maybe some heavy downpours then. That's the bad news. The good news is that it should move through pretty quickly, and the model shows that we're clearing out very nicely late afternoon and into the evening as well. Temperatures will be in the mid-80s this afternoon, so it's going to be a very warm and humid day. And keep in mind, the UV index is at the very high level. So if you're outdoors, like all of us, for an extended period of time, put on the sunscreen, protect yourself from the dangerous rays of the sun. Hey, this forecast brought to you by Entergy, powering our culture-rich home for more than 100 years.
So you like things curated with a little extra care? Good. This city doesn't do ordinary. It does unforgettable. A little indulgence? Of course, you've earned it. Culture? We wrote the book. Where dinner is more than a meal, it's an experience. And music? Oh, it finds you. This is New Orleans, curated for you. Get started at NewOrleans.com.
Damon Singleton back with Keith Sparrow, and I tell you what, we've had some great acts at Jazzfest 2026, from Kings of Leon to Tyler to Stevie Nicks, all these great performances, and even more today. It's going to be hard to choose.
The hits just keep coming. Talk about they have some really big classic rock acts on the bill this year, and one of the biggest is on Sunday, of course. Sir Rod Stewart. I believe he's been knighted. I believe he is a sir. He has been at the festival before, but it's been over a decade, I believe, since he was here last time.
How old is he now?
Older than me. But man,
he keeps going.
I tell you what, music is the fountain of youth.
It sure is.
He's still doing his thing. So I'm sure he'll do the classic hits from back in the day, the Maggie Mays and Hot Legs and all that sort of stuff. And maybe do some of his American Songbook stuff. You don't really know, but I think Rod's always a lot of fun. His autobiography was one of the best rock autobiographies I've ever read. So entertaining. So you got to go check out Rod. But also, if you're looking for classic hits, the Isley Brothers.
Oh yes.
Congo Square stage Sunday evening. Shout, that lady. It's your thing.
Yeah, it's.
Can you sing one? Can you sing
no,
it?
I'm not even. Don't.
Who's that lady? Come on, we can do it. We can harmonize. But yeah, Isleys have been here before. It's Ronald and Ernie Isley are kind of carrying on the family business. Those guys have been in the game for, 60 years at this point. I think they did Shout back in the late 50s.
Yes.
So those guys still doing it out at Congo Square stage. Then also we've got David Byrne back again this year, the Talking Heads singer, going to be closing out the Gentilly stage on Sunday. He did a wild show here a number of years ago where the entire band they're all dressed in gray, and everyone was mobile and choreographed. Like all the drummers were just carrying their drums, and they were all doing these line dances essentially as they were playing. It was really, really interesting. So I'm looking forward to seeing David Byrne again.
Wow. How about any others kind of smaller acts you can think of?
Absolutely. There's a local singer, Erica Falls, who's going to be playing over on the Congo Square stage earlier in the day before the Isley Brothers. And Erica just does this great voice. This kind of R&B soul thing. It's just a really powerful voice, but she also has a lot of nuance in there as well. And she always puts on a great show. Her band, Vintage Soul, is a lot of fun. So I definitely would check her out. And then there's a tribute on Sunday as well to the music of Marcia Ball. Marcia has retired from performing. She was diagnosed with ALS, so is no longer able to perform herself. But her band and a bunch of special guests, including John Cleary and some other piano players, are going to be playing her music in the Blues Tent on Sunday afternoon. So I think that'll be kind of a heavy emotional show to see.
Absolutely.
Give this little tribute to Marcia.
Absolutely. Keith Sparrow, some great information once again, some great picks. Look forward to what you have for the rest of Jazz Fest. Thank you for your time.
My pleasure. I'll see you out there in the dirt.
We will see you out there.
In my Louisiana, sunrise means fresh seafood on the table.
My Louisiana, every meal is a celebration.
My Louisiana really makes me wonder.
Ours is fast!
With real-life swamp creatures!
In my Louisiana, music is a way of life.
My Louisiana is sheer magic, from sun up to sundown.
Till sunup again. What will your Louisiana be?
When you find your Louisiana, you feed your soul.
Jazzfest is a vibe, but why let the party end in New Orleans? Grab your keys, let's head an hour and a half west to the Red Stick. First stop, LSU. Say hi to Mike the Tiger and grab some world-famous ice cream at the dairy store. It's a must-have on campus. Next, hit Government Street. This is the heart of BR's Mid-City, packed with lots of unique local shops, bars, and food that rivals the fairgrounds. If you need a little retail therapy or a breezy outdoor dinner, Perkins Row is a one-stop shop for shopping or even dinner and a movie. And you can't leave without a stop at the Capitol Park Museum to see the history that makes this state so spirited. Trust me, the hospitality here is just as loud as the music back in the city. Keep the good times rolling and plan your next Louisiana adventure at explorelouisiana.com.
I'm Doug MacCash. I'm with NOLA.com and the Times-Picayune. We're at Jazzfest. I was out on the fairgrounds. I could see feathers in the distance, and I thought I knew what was coming. It was going to be a Mardi Gras Indian march, but what I didn't know was it was all women. What's going on here?
Well, what you've seen today was the Queens of the Nation Indian Council. We have a council of 20 queens that mass from different tribes in the city on Mardi Gras. So what we did, we booked a date to come here on Jazzfest, and it was 10 queens today in their suits showing Jazzfest what it's all about.
This is royalty here.
Historical, yes, because this is the very first time that this ever happened, that Jazzfest had a parade with all women in it, all queens.
First time I ever saw it, that's for sure.
First time for everything.
Who's represented here? We've got...
I'm Wild Magnolia.
Krewe Wild West. I'm Second Queen Missy with Krewe Wild West.
I am the historic Big Queen Yellow Pocahontas, and I mass with my legendary Big Chief Allison Tootie Montana.
Second Queen Kibosabi, Black Hunters, Queen Angie.
Right. What's it like to parade at Jazzfest?
Oh, it's awesome. I've been doing this for 13 years, and this is the most fun ever. Masking, coming out, seeing the people is awesome.
I can tell you a lot of the people don't know what's going on when they see you guys coming.
Yes. And they love it. They come from all over and they love it.
So tell me, what is a black masking Indian? What's a Mardi Gras Indian?
Well, because I learned how to sew and mask from the Big Chief Tootie Montana. He always said we mask Indian. But there are various Indians that want to, they may refer to it as the Black masking Indian culture, the Mardi Gras Indian culture. That is each individual's decision. So it's all one culture, one tradition and sacred energy. Typically, normally, I mask on the traditional days of Carnival, St. Joseph Day, Super Sunday. This is my first time masking on the parade route with the big queens of the nation at Jazzfest. I love y'all.
And maybe the oldest of the tribes,
Krewe
Wild West. How about that?
We're the oldest tribe. We're an uptown tribe. Our chief is Terrence Mitchell. We formerly Big Chief Walter Good.
And thank y'all so much. My goodness, I'm so glad I ran into you.
We enjoyed today. It was an honor for us just to do this for the first time with all the queens. It's not our last.
That's what I can hear.
And I'm Big Queen Rita, Wild Magnolias.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. I'm so glad I ran into you guys. The Queens of the Nation March was a first time for me, once in a lifetime event. But listen, Black masking Indians appear every day at Jazzfest. You can catch them marching on the fairgrounds and performing on the stages. I'm Doug MacCash with NOLA.com and the Times-Picayune. I'm here at Jazzfest with James Michelopoulos, a wonderful painter and an old friend. James, you have the distinction of painting more Jazzfest posters than any other artist, 8 if I'm correct.
Yes.
How come your brand, your particular brand of expressionism, blends so well with the Jazzfest vibe?
Well, I think because probably I try to roll with the vibe of the Jazzfest. You know, in a sense, what I want to do is pull out my harmonica and add in. So, you know, that's what it's about for me. Swimming with the flow of the water and adding to the party, enjoying the celebration, and trying to bring a party favor, you know, along the way. Hopefully something to contribute.
Who are some of the people you've painted, some of the portraits you've done?
Well, Louis Armstrong is, of course, he was after Dr. John, he was the second one I painted. I've painted Aaron Neville, and of course, last year's piece also. So
get this, we just ran into Tank.
Okay.
From Tank and the Bangers, who was on last year's poster.
Very cool. Yeah, she was wonderful to do.
So listen, having your own booth at Jazzfest is a great honor.
Yeah.
But that's only the beginning for you. You have a solo exhibit down at the State Museum at the Cabildo on Jackson Square. Tell us about that.
Well, I've got a setup down there. I've got 75 paintings, and they're doing a show that illustrates the architectural styles of Louisiana. They asked me if I would contribute paintings that they could use to illustrate that book that they're putting out for high school kids. And I said, I love that, whatever we can do to help. And it's been a lot of fun putting it together. Nice to be back in my neighborhood and actually encouraged to do some work down there in the heart of things.
And you have always been a master of the cityscape. That has been your subject matter, been your muse forever.
Yes, it has. I'm endlessly fascinated by our city, by our architecture, totally taken by it. I rode on my way through Treme this morning, and it's just like, I have to get over here and spend time in the short-term future. Yeah.
Well, I got one last question for you.
Sure.
Why didn't I buy a couple of Michalopouloses back when they were at the Louisiana Pizza Kitchen on Esplanade Avenue and I could afford one?
That's inexplicably poor judgment. Yeah, almost unforgivable.
Look for the Michalopoulos booth at the edge of the Congo Square stage area at Jazzfest.
Holy mackerel. See you there.
In my Louisiana, jazz has a way of making me sway.
Cajun goes way into the night.
Zydeco is the only way to move me. That's right. In my Louisiana, blues is a way of life.
When you find your Louisiana, you feed your soul.
So you like things curated with a little extra care? Good. This city doesn't do ordinary. It does unforgettable. A little indulgence? Of course, you've earned it. Culture? We wrote the book. Where dinner is more than a meal, it's an experience. And music? Oh, it finds you. This is New Orleans, curated for you. Get started at NOLA.com.
Weekend one is coming to a close. Whether it's the art or the oysters, we've got you covered. Follow at NOLA News on Instagram for even more highlights. Thanks to our sponsors. Keep the good times rolling at ExploreLouisiana.com. And New Orleans & Company. Experience our culture. Start planning at NewOrleans.com. I'm Damon Singleton. We'll see you this afternoon to wrap up the weekend, but for now, leave you with the sights and sounds of Louisiana.